Good day everyone, again welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I'm going to share with you the rule 15, which is the crossing situation. We apply this rule if the two vessels can actually see each other. Rule 15 crossing situation stated that when two power-driven vessels are crossing so as to involve risk of collision, the vessel which has the other on her own starboard side shall keep out. If the circumstances of the case admit, avoid crossing ahead of the other vessel. This means that the situation would frequently arise and it is always better to avoid a close quarter situation and go right around the stern of the other vessel rather than to cross ahead of other vessel. Going around the stern may not be practical at all times, but if the situation permits, then it should be followed. If the crossing would result in a small CPA, so there are some way to avoid crossing situation. First is give way early. If you are the give way vessel, then take early action so the other vessels knows your intention. Second is be considerate and polite with your traffic fellows. This means that if the other vessel is hampered in any way, then your early action will reassure it. Third is do not forget your engine. You always have the option of using your engine as well as your helm. Slowing down will give both ships more time and more space. And that could be this rule 15, which is the crossing situation. Stated that a vessel crossing from your starboard side has right of way. So apply the polite navigation so that the other vessels will be watching you carefully and it will be anxious until it knows you are taking the correct action. Then, rule number 16, action by give way vessel. Rule number 16 is stated that every vessel which is directed to keep out of the way of another vessel shall so far as possible take early and substantial action to keep well clear. This means that give way vessels should take action well in time. Estimate the speed of approach between the two vessels. Estimate the approximate time interval and take action. Do not take a late action, since this would make the stand-on vessel apprehensive, and she may then take an action which would be detrimental to both vessels. There are some way of action by give way vessel. First is do not make small alterations. This means that only a big alteration of course or speed will show the other vessel exactly what you are doing. Then, do not assume anything. Keep checking the CPA and keep taking compass bearings to make sure your action has the desired effect. And that could be the rule number 16, stated that keep everybody happy so that if the other vessel is happy with your alteration, there is less chance of it doing something unexpected. Treat other vessels as you would like to be treated yourself. Good seamanship includes courtesy and common sense. Rule number 17, action by stand-on vessel. Rule number 17 deals with the action of the stand-on vessel, including the provision that the stand-on vessel may take action to avoid collision by her maneuver alone as soon as it becomes apparent to her that the vessel required to keep out of the way is not taking appropriate action. Then rule number 17 stated different statement. First is where one of two vessels is to keep out of the way of other shall keep her course and speed. Meaning, as long as the give way vessel takes an action well in time, there is no problem and the stand-on vessel follows the above rule. And the stand-on vessel is required not to take action, but it does not mean that she would not be alert and monitor the situation. Rule number 17, letter B, or second statement, stated that The latter vessel may however take action to avoid collision by her maneuver alone. As soon as it becomes apparent to her that the vessel required to keep out of the way is not taking appropriate action in accordance with these rules. Meaning, the watchkeeper on the stand on the vessel has to be alert and should have been monitoring the situation as it developed. His plan of action of evasive action should be ready at all instances, since he would have to take evasive action if the giveaway vessel fails to take action or if the action is not sufficient to clear the impending danger. Number 17, the third statement is that when from any cause the vessel required to keep her course and speed find herself so close that collision cannot be avoided by the action of giveaway vessel alone, she shall take such action as will best aid to avoid collision, meaning that the action that the stand-on vessel finally takes to avoid situation depends on what is the nature of the action of the giveaway vessel. If the action is insufficient to clear the close quarter situation, then the stand-on vessel has to take action which will get the tow ships safely away from each other. The basic fact of these rules are that although the stand-on vessel need not take action initially, she must closely monitor the other ship and plan out action at every step. Rule number 17, the fourth statement, is that a power-driven vessel which takes action in a cruising situation in accordance with subparagraph A of this rule to avoid collision with another power-driven vessel shall, if the circumstances of the case admit, not alter course to port for a vessel on her own port side, meaning the action that the stand-on vessel takes should not develop in a catastrophe. Rather, it should enhance the clearing action. However, the advice is not to alter course to port for a giveaway vessel, which is on her port side, but it is a recommendation, and if the situation demands, please refer to Rule 2 and take a well-planned decision which may deviate from the above rule. And the last statement is that this rule does not relieve the giveaway vessel of her obligation to keep out of the way, meaning just because the stand on the vessel has been forced to take action does not mean that the giveaway vessel has passed the buck to stand on vessel. She is still obliged as per the rules to keep out of the way. And again, that was the Rule 15, 16, and Rule 17 of the collision at sea.